Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing two very good altcoins which I found that are going to do very well in this bull market, but also I'm going to analyze Bitcoin just to show you where we are, what is the situation right now with all this correction and crash. Last night we dropped to $66,000. Everybody was just panicking. Oh my gosh, the bull market is finished. Well, I'm going to reassure you that these kind of corrections are quite common in crypto, and I believe from a macro point of view we're going to trend higher. First of all, sorry guys for my bad microphone today and not having the webcam. I'm actually on the way to go from Australia to Italy, so I'm packing stuff. My microphone is already in the luggage, so forgive me for this very poor quality of my microphone. But let's cut the chase and let's get straight into the chart so I can show you what I think we should be doing right now. And of course, not financial advice, but I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. And first one, guys, I want to show you this chart over here, which is Manta USDT. So Manta, I think, is a great coin which is gonna perform very well into this bull market. And what I want to do now, I would like to buy Manta at this level over here, $2.90 to $3, because I believe at the moment, if you look at Manta, it's like into this horizontal rectangle, and if this horizontal rectangle is going to play out, in general, the standard rule would be to actually calculate this pull from here, put it over here, and it brings me to a target of roughly $5.86, which is actually in line with an ascending triangle from here, which I can bring it over here, and is also in line with all of this movement from here. Even if I go and maybe form a Fibonacci extension, if probably could show me Manta at that level. So if I'm gonna go, sorry, I'm just gonna put this one down, but if I put this one over here, this is incredible. This is incredible how powerful Fibonacci can be. And look at that, the extension of Fibonacci is telling me exactly where the point of Manta actually it could go to, and that could be, if we're gonna be able to enter in this region around $3, that could be a 100% from here, or a 2x. But from a technical point of view, right, just remember that in order for Manta to go down to this level over here at $3, Bitcoin will have to go down. So if Bitcoin starts to go, let's say, up to $75,000, $80,000, then don't expect Manta to go down to $3 because it's going to pump even more. But at the moment, that's going to be my target. We can even calculate from here. Maybe we could see something like that. We could see maybe a sort of a ascending triangle from here. That's our diagonal level of support. That's our horizontal level of support. We could see this ascending triangle to come and then to break around, let's say, the 10th or the 14th of April, then to break, and then we're going to go up to the target of $5.8. But Manta, in my opinion, looks very, very good. So I'm going to show you again with the path. You could see maybe this kind of movement that's is going to continue, and then boom, is going to go to the upside. So again, we're going to go to $3. That would be a great entry point for me. And the next one I want to talk about, guys, which I already discussed before, but I don't know if you remember, is ING USDT. So ING as well into the same situation as Manta, and recently I actually gave this call on my private Discord a long time ago on ING, that I was saying that it was about to break, and look what happened over here, guys. That's a perfect break to the upside. This horizontal rectangle we broke, and again this level could actually bring us to $70, which would be like a 50% from here. I know for people, like 50% is not much, but the thing is, what I like to do is to find altcoins which I think they have a good potential compared to just give you these coins that they can do, let's say, 600x, but also they can do minus 600x. So it's always important to see the coins which actually can do very, very well. So again, looking at this, my expectation could be, because even with ING, I show you like the horizontal rectangle, but that could also be a flag. Before I used to draw a flag or a bullish pennant, and of course if this is going to play out, then what we could see, we can calculate from here to here our pull, and it can bring us to maybe $70. That's exactly how it is. We can also have a look at the Fibonacci extension just to see if we're going to go there. From this point of view, that's guys, that's absurd. That's absolutely absurd that you're just throwing these lines over here, and then it tells you exactly the perfect target, So the power of technical analysis is incredible, but again, I would like to see also ING maybe to retest maybe this line over here down here, or going down to this level, maybe $38 to $40, in case, of course, Bitcoin is going to retrace another 5 to 10%. That's what I think is going to be happening. But these guys looks incredible. So ING and Manta, that's something I'm going to add to my spot bags. I'm not a fan of futures and leverage trading, but of course, if you want to, I guess, do your you can do whatever you want. Like if you want to do your futures with 100x, be my guest, but can be very, very dangerous. And now let's finish today to show you what's happening now with Bitcoin. So it's going to tell us exactly what can be happening now with the market. So I'm going to go now on my 4 hour. I'm going to go on the daily chart first to show you a little bit better. And by the way, from a fundamental point of view, guys, there's something I got to tell you about Bitcoin is that I was reading today that the funding rate, so the funding rate is whenever you want to borrow money from exchanges. So let's say I want to go and let's say I want to open a future position. I'm going to go on 10x leverage. So every time I open a position with 10x leverage, the exchange that I purchase from, let's say Binance, is going to charge me a funding rate, which means that let's say every hour is going to charge us, let's say, 50 cents to open the position. And in general, whenever the market is very frothy, very bullish, the funding rate can be quite high. So that's one of the techniques, for market makers, for the exchanges, to make more money, because they see everybody wants to buy, let's say Bitcoin on leverage. So they raise the funding rate. So instead of paying, let's say, 50 cents every hour to maintain your position, then you're going to pay $1. And why that is bad? It's bad because in general, whenever you have high funding rates, it means there is lots of leverage in the system, and it means that market makers know this very well. And what they can do, they can just dump the market, they can make like a long squeeze, they can short, and then they're going to trigger a cascade of liquidation. So this can happen, of course, with funding rate whenever you're shorting, whenever you're longing, but in general, when you see a high funding rate, it's bearish. When you see a very negative funding rate, it's usually bullish. And right now, guys, we have our funding rate has been reset now, so it's back to normal, to zero. Is slightly negative, which means that not many people are actually buying futures, and that's a very good sign for us to continue to go higher. But right now with Bitcoin on the daily chart, I'm going to show you the situation. I mean, it looks again not great. We broke this level over here at the moment. There is something which makes me bullish, is the fact that we bounced from this 20 EMA on the daily, and just we went up again. But look at the 9 EMA. Sorry, this is the WMA. So let me just change over here and put the EMA 9 so we can see a bit better. I don't like the WMA, but yeah, the EMA 9, as you can see, we actually closed very on top of the EMA 9. It looked like a perfect closure, but at the moment we're still trending down. So what I think is going to be happening, right? We might see potentially one more retest to this upside over here. So 71,200, 300 to then nuke and form a bear flag, and then continue to go down by the 20 by next week to roughly $62,000 to $63,000. That probably could be my bearish scenario. And if we break the level, the biggest area of support is going to be here, 0.618 Fibonacci, $55,000. That could be a crazy entry point. What am I going to do, guys? Well, I'm going to, of course, analyze next week. At the moment, I'm not doing much, only because it's very hard to say what Bitcoin is going to do next from here, because what it could be doing, it could be keep climbing up to this level, form a bearish pennant, and then continue to go down, or you could go down to this wick over here, and then what it might do, form a sort of a double potential double bottom, retest again this area, and then nuke again and go down to this $64,000. Oh, don't get me wrong, what it might do as well if you have a line over here, because look what's happening right now. Like, you know, it's trying to climb back up here, but can you see you got all of this EMA acting as a resistance? It's just being rejected, rejected, rejected. So what we want to see Bitcoin is to go back to this area here, at least to here, at 72, 72 and a half, because if that doesn't happen, I'm sorry, but we're going to see a continuation to go down. So it's quite obvious in this case. So we want Bitcoin to really climb back up again here as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to go down. Well, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be very happy if we're going to go down, even down to the 200 EMA on the 4 hours, which is I'm going to just go from here. Then I have a bear flag. So look at that. It brings you exactly over here at $62,000, $63,000. If we're going to go that low, guys, I'm going to open a massive long position, again in spot, because I believe that once we're going to clear all of this, right, let's say we're going to go and retest that area, as I was saying before. So we got one here, maybe at 60,000. Then we have another level here, which already broke down. So we're going to go down around here. Then what I could be expecting will be this kind of scenario. So you're going to see to go like that, and then from here just really push to the upside for our final, we can say, blow off top to new highs, of course. And the target could be, if I'm gonna go and follow this path, from here to here. Let's say like we are into a sort of a we can say sort of like a channel from here to here. What we might see from this level to this level could be a target of maybe 80,000 to even higher, to be honest. Even higher could be $80,000, $85,000 as for our pre-halving pump. Maybe we can see a bit better on the weekly chart. I mean, the weekly chart looks absolutely shocking in the sense of it's so strong. But just remember that we got the level over here, that our 9 EMA is at $56,000. So it would be actually okay. It would be very healthy for Bitcoin to actually drop and retest that 9 EMA. So it could be coming like from here. So if we're gonna go down to, let's say, 57, 58,000, that will be still very, very healthy. Like I don't think it's gonna be bad for the crypto market. So we might see maybe a correction from here, going down to this level, 58,000, and then from here, boom, up again. And well, I guess we have to have a look, what is going to be forming right now here, because we don't know. But let's say, for example, we can form in like a bull flag going down to this way, and then if this is actually like a real bull flag, then the target could be as high, let's say, as $95,000. So I guess you just have to wait and see right now, what's going to be happening. Already it looks quite good, in my opinion, to start to scale back, from $65,000 to $64,000, because again, this I think is just temporary. I don't think we're going to go, lower than that. In the worst case scenario, I can see from Bitcoin from here that if things really go into shit, will be to really retest this diagonal level of support from here, to really drop down to 40,000, something like that, which I don't think is going to be happening. But as I said before, I don't think it's going to be happening now. But I kept saying this to everybody. What I could be expecting instead, if the US is going to go into a recession, what I could be expecting will be as I said before, like a little bit of a dump right now, then this final parabolic pump to maybe 88,000, 90,000, and then if the US is going to go into a recession, and then I could see maybe until, say, maybe November, down to 45,000, and then from here we could see an explosion again to $100,000 plus. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a movement like this. So I guess we just had to wait and see. But for the moment, for our chart, looks like we will be forming a bear flag. The altcoins I showed you before, Manta, ING, they look absolutely great. So it would be good to maybe have a little bit more of a pullback. Always have a look at the technicals, the RSI, if it's oversold. Let them go to the level of support. Just don't force, don't be emotional, only be logical and be objective. But otherwise, I really hope, this video was helpful, and wish you all like an amazing day, and I'm gonna see you in the next video tomorrow.